turn full circle round and round. So will you help me down? Can pride my heart for solid ground. I don't learn, it'll all be fine. Help me out, don't let me down. I could learn from you, I could learn from you.
Hello, hello.
Good afternoon, Jen. Good afternoon, Jason. Good afternoon, Risers. How are we doing today? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I should have said good evening to you. I'm so silly. That's the beauty of DeFi.
All right. So before we get started, I think we had an NFT we were giving away. Is that what we were doing today?
Is someone going to join me in the Hexagon profile picture club?
All right, guys.
There's been a lot of people like really kind of asking about this NFT. Like they really are excited about the prospect of winning it. For those of you who don't know, it's a big one. It's a mutant ape. A lot of people are going to be focusing on this giveaway, I think now, and a few people in the Discord have been talking about it all afternoon. So TJ.
All right, I am going to read out the last. What are these? Hold on. Sorry, guys. We spent this morning and yesterday verifying the winner and making sure their entries were all good. Okay, last 5 digits, I believe. Okay. We have. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Last 5 digits.
Before you read it off, Jen, if you do win and you are in the Twitter space, please raise your hand.
All right, here we go. 2EAB0. So those are the last 5 digits of the wallet. I am going to hand the mic over to TJ and Jason, and I'll be posting the wallet address right now on Twitter as well as Telegram.
Congratulations to whoever won. That's at least 18 Ethereum. That's huge. So congratulations. Super excited to send this out. I don't see any hands raised, so maybe they're not in the Twitter space.
I mean, it's massive congratulations to the individual that won that. That was our biggest ever giveaway. And you know, it's been a few weeks now, but we're delighted to give it out to a member of the community.
Absolutely.
So I got a question in the YouTube. I'm monitoring the YouTube channel at the moment. Where's Guard? So Guard's still around, and you can hopefully tune in to me and Guard tomorrow as we do our Wednesday night spaces. So if you follow myself or you follow Guard on Twitter, you'll get a notification when we both go live. Hopefully tomorrow night.
There you go. That said, do we want to start off with a little bit of a marketing update, Jen? I know it's your favorite part of the day.
I need about 3 minutes. I gotta get the wallet address out there. I did not have that tweet queued up. Sorry, guys.
No problem. I guess we can open the floor to some questions while we wait. I don't see any hands raised, so if you do have a question or just want to say hi, feel free to raise your hand. Although last time my Twitter Spaces was glitchy, and even though I was a co-host, I wasn't able to see hands up. So I don't know if it's just me, Jen, or if we've answered everything. Oh, I see one now. Sushil. Sushil, my friend, how are you? Always great to chat on Tuesdays.
I see.
Hey guys, quick question.
Absolutely.
Hey, which wallet are we checking for that winning? Is that a stake contract address or our wallet address?
Your wallet address.
Damn.
And it was submitted under a stake contract address, so we had our team go in and verify the stake as well as wallet holdings.
All right, definitely not me, guys. Whoever won, congratulations.
Congratulations indeed. That's a big prize. Peter, how's it going?
It's good. What's up, TJ and everybody? I don't have a question, but you said say hello, so I'm here to say hello.
I absolutely did. How you?
And just also to point out,
Avalanche.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I wanted to say publicly, leave it to Titan to. It looks like he called the very bottom of these chains. Phantom and Avalanche are pumping, and if there's people in the audience that don't know about the 5-chain solution, this is a pentagon of power that's going to power us to prosperity. So great job, team. Super excited to see what you all come up with next, and congratulations to the mutant winner. The monkey is coming home.
A pentagon of power. I like that.
Take it easy, guys.
It's not going to stay a pentagon. It'll be. I'm aiming for the octagon.
One day we'll have a dodecahedron.
We'll have to wait.
Is there a shape? Is there a shape with 30 sides?
Hi, hello.
Hey, Rampage.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations at the outset for the addition of Phantom and Avalanche chains.
Thanks, Ram.
Yeah, I've got a doubt.
Yeah, have you got a question? Sorry.
Ram, are you there?
I think we may be losing Ram to the blockchain. I see we've got, whilst we're waiting, we've got Shibcraft, who's requested to speak. Shibcraft. Go ahead.
Hey, Shib.
One moment, please. I need to type in the Google Translator.
Sure.
In the meantime, okay, the tweet is out. It has been posted on Telegram as well as Discord and Twitter. So that should be everywhere. And then I'll be reaching out after this AMA to the person via the email address provided by Gleam. So if that is your wallet, please keep an eye out on your email. This is the best way for us to just verify and make sure that the NFT gets sent to the right place. So a little bit of a marketing update for you guys. As you know, over the weekend, we had a pretty exciting announcement that was spontaneous, advantageous, and took advantage of an opportunity. And our timeline for going to new chains got moved up quite a bit. So over the past I did end up working through the weekend, so my sense of time is a little off, if I'm being completely honest. But over the past several days, I have been reaching out to various Phantom and Avalanche communities. I'm happy to say that we are in contact with a few of those community leaders, and we'll be looking at doing some AMAs and co-marketing initiatives there. We've also been reaching out and building out our repository of Phantom and Avalanche influencers, if you will. So that's really exciting. Some other things from the marketing front, I am actually in the process of trying to formalize some media partnerships with some massive media companies. We'll see what happens. Again, just for clarification, these are conversations that I would classify as we're in negotiations with. But if we're able to secure some of these partnerships, what that really allows me to do is it allows me to kind of expand the overall marketing plan and vision to something that has a much more wide global reach, while also adding legitimacy and some validity for us in terms of just how do I say this? I don't want to say backing, but if we were able to secure these marketing partnerships, I think it would be something that you haven't really seen any other DeFi protocol do within this space. So I'm really, really excited for that. And so really, I think the focus over the next several weeks for me and the marketing department is going to be, one, updating all of our materials. We were able to push a basic update to the website and the website copy, but we're going to be revisiting all of that, updating white paper. We have a lot of company decks and external materials that we give to partners that we've been in the process of updating, and then really just building out more relationships within the new two blockchains that we're on to start hitting adoption there, not only with projects, but just in terms of getting new blood into EverRise. And I'm really excited. There's a lot of work to be done. As always, guys, I just want to thank you for your patience. I always think it's very funny when it's like, when is marketing happening? But it's always happening. There's always ads running. There's always community shills going on. You guys have been doing an amazing job keeping our Twitter at the top. Every time I log into Twitter, my entire feed is EverRise, and I just can't tell you how huge that is, not only for our reach, but our impressions and our engagement. So massive shout out. And hype comes when the partnerships are there, and I'm not looking for temporary hype. I'm not looking for hype for 1 or 2 days. I'm looking to build long-term hype and excitement around the project, and that comes with very thoughtfully thinking through how we go about things. So really excited about what we have in the docket, and we'll see what we can make happen.
Well said.
Yeah, I have to say that the rises on Twitter have been absolutely phenomenal. They've been all on the polls. They've been retweeting, liking each other's posts, which is great because this is a really easy way of supporting us and spreading awareness to the wider DeFi community and crypto community as to the suite of dApps and utilities that we have. So massive shout out again to the community. I can't thank them enough for that. We have a question on YouTube from Luke who says, so either TJ or Jen, if you want to take this, could you tell us a little bit more about the EverRise's effort to get on the Binance MVP4 program? Keep on killing it.
Yeah, so there are actually a couple programs like the Binance MVP Labs that we are in the process of completing applications for. It's what's interesting is a lot of the materials we do have, but there are some new materials that we're having to put together. But what's nice is those materials are things that we already have in progress just due to the nature of the conversations we're having with various exchanges as well as VC funds and other investors, just to kind of tie the gap all together. But we are looking at applying to several different programs similar to the MVP program.
Absolutely. And another comment on YouTube about the NFTs. Again, NFTs were not the first and foremost thing that we chose to kind of roll out. We had a goal of getting them out by the end of this month. We still are trying our best to get them out by the end of this month in terms of migrationary NFTs. However, if it takes a few more weeks, then it may have to, because we're just working on the infrastructure around the dApps right now, making sure that we've got all the utilities up and running that we want to have, and additional features, and also a brand new UI interface that's coming. So keep posting on that. The NFTs in terms of designs are all there. We just need to make sure that the technology's there, and obviously we want to make them bridgeable. So when you eventually get your claim for the NFTs, because it's all recorded, it's all there on the blockchain, everybody that's eligible for an NFT will get an NFT if they've migrated and or staked. So yeah, and when you get it, it'll be enabled for use with EverBridge. So it's really important that we get everything done in the right order of things. We don't rush things. And again, for the person asking about NFTs, that is where we are with it.
I do just want to say one thing with regards to the NFTs is I just want to kind of remind everyone, we're a 14 or 15 person staff team. And yes, we have amazing moderators globally. I think our moderation team is over 40 people globally. But to move at the speed that we have with the skeleton crew that we have has been really, really incredible. And, just echoing what Jason said, like NFTs are coming. We're making them special. Bridgeable NFTs are a really interesting topic for the space of DeFi and metaverse as a whole. And just another reminder, it's like we just launched on, 2 new chains. We're deploying all of our dApps on those chains, and like everything will come in due time. I know like a day in crypto can feel like a week or a year, and I know time moves a little bit differently within this space, but I do have to just say I think we're moving as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And to answer your question, Samji on YouTube, go into our Discord and open up a support ticket. One of our moderators will look at speaking to you there, and we can hopefully sort that issue out. Yeah, that's pretty much up to date. Is there anyone else got the hands up?
I think Shibka?
Yeah.
Yes. I have a question about the NFT competition. How was it decided? I had 1,720 entries. I'm very sad I invited more than 160 people to EverRise. In the terms and conditions under the rule number 8 says odds of winning depend on the number of eligible entries received.
Yeah, so the reason why we use Gleam.io is because it's an unbiased system that randomizes all of the entries and pulls the entries from there. We also had entries on Twitter that were taken into account, and we also used the Twitter comments to help verify the various winners. So I understand that there may be some frustration around not winning the NFT, and I just want to say I applaud you on your efforts and the number of entries that you have. But this is one of those things where, there's a reason why we went with Gleam, and there's a reason why it was a giveaway. It's, yes, obviously, if you have more entries, your chances of winning are much higher, but it's kind of like a lottery ticket, just because you buy 100,000 lottery tickets doesn't guarantee that you win the lottery.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Thank
you. Gleam.io is by far one of the best platforms out there to do a draw. Obviously, a giveaway such as valuable as a mutant ape. So it was pretty paramount that we used a platform of that type. But yeah, and a lot of disappointed people, I'm sure, out in the community that really wanted to win that mutant ape, myself included. But I didn't enter it, so I can't complain. But anyone else with a hands up right now? I don't see anyone on my end, guys.
I see Goose. Goose will add you to the floor. Hey, Goose.
Yeah, hello. Hello everyone. Are you white? Right. Sorry for my bad English. I'm from France, and most of French people have trouble with English. Um, so first of all, I want to thank you for this weekly emails, which are a great way to build the community around EverRise. It's a real pleasure to listen to you. So thank you. So my question is the following, and concerns your long-term projection. I wanted to know, once the 8 dApps of the EverRise ecosystem are built, will you stop there in the construction of the ecosystem, or do you already have some ideas on new dApps, feature, or service that you could bring in addition?
So I think the beauty about our team is every day we're in this space with you guys. We see the same issues that you guys do. So there's constant conversations internally happening around like, what do we build next? Once those plans are more finalized, of course, we'll obviously share them with you. But what I can say right now is once we complete the 8 dApps that we have slated, that is definitely not the end of EverRise. We'll continue to build anywhere where we see issues or things that we know we can improve. Like that's where we're looking at.
Yeah, and if I could come in on that as well, like we're looking to unite, blockchains and DeFi, right? We're looking to have services that project developers and regular investors and can go out there and use. So expect there to be expansions on existing suite of dApps, so features to be added over time that are going to make quality of life much better for everybody involved. And also, like Jen said, we always identify things that we could add or improve upon our internal sort of roadmap. So, there's lots of things out there that we could look at doing. And like TJ says, when we identify something that we want to do, we build it. We build it ourselves from the ground up, from the first line of code all the way up. So you can expect there to be a lot of things to come after we reach Q2.
Yeah, and with that said also, Jason, I mean, you have to remember that the DeFi space is rapidly evolving. There may become a need for another product that doesn't exist. So a new type of protocol or a new type of token or something could come out at any time. You never know. And there will always be needs for security and safety in the space. So, I mean, as we grow and as the DeFi space as a whole decides to, break out and become even bigger than it is now, you never know if there's going to be a need for future dApps and if there's going to be holes in the market that we can fill. So the 8 dApps that we do have slated for release or that have already come out, it's just part of roadmap 1. You could look at EverRise down the road. We might have 30 dApps one day. It's just all about adapting to the market and growing with the market and providing the tools necessary to investors and projects to secure their protocols and their funds.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, you're very welcome.
Great question, thank you.
Safe Moon Batman, how are you today? As he connects, Jason, do we have any rapid fire questions from YouTube?
Nothing I haven't really covered already. Something about percentage of tokens. What is the percentage of tokens that are holder free? There are, if you go into our Discord, you can speak to the moderators in there. There is some graphics that I've seen that have been posted about. So we can't really talk about that on. I haven't got that data to hand anyway, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, if you go into our Telegram or Discord, you can find out more there.
Beautiful. Dark Moon Matter. All right, we're going to try to bring up Crypto Fix Things. There are a couple of you connecting at the moment, so whoever connects first. Oh, it looks like Crypto Fix Things. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing, man?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, that's also a shout out to the entire EverRise team. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Covering you guys, big investor in the project. Been getting as much people on board. I cover you guys on my YouTube channel. I just want to say thanks to the EverRise community, for viewing my videos and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that, guys. And I'm just doing my part in terms of the community. I love being a part of the community. I love talking about the project, and I love to get people on board. And I just want to let everybody know that and let you guys know I appreciate your support. That's coming my way. So thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your support as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hamzash, I've added you as a speaker. Hey, Hamzash. Hamzash, are you there? I don't hear either. There's also no hands raised at the moment, so if you do have a question, feel free to raise your hand. That's the thing when you do AMAs so often and you're so transparent, the questions are typically already answered beforehand. Against the wind? Hey, Against the Wind.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Just a quick question. Is there any plan for any CX listing anytime soon?
That would be a WASO question. I think we address exchanges quite often. We're in talks with a few. There are NDAs, so we are not allowed to mention anything about the discussions. But we are actively pursuing it.
Yeah, so some of these discussions are quite a long process that needs to go through various degrees of personnel. So, quite often it's the case that you go through different rounds. So you go through a first round of discussions and you go through a second round where you kind of talk about, the potential partnerships that could be done and kind of written out. So essentially, we are in contact with a good amount of exchanges at this moment in time. The business development team will have updates on that when we can give you updates on that. Also, with the current climate of the overall markets, we have to take that into consideration as well when it comes to listing. So there's lots of things that actually go in to the pot when it comes to kind of making sure that when we do announce or get to an agreement, we're doing it at the optimal time and also in the benefit of the community as a whole.
Got it. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Rad, we'll bring you up. Hey, Rad.
Hey, thank you, Lord TJ and Jason and EverRise for hosting these AMAs. Hey, I'm fairly new to crypto, but I keep seeing the tweets about EverRise has utility. I've been on your website, and I just want to understand, like, if someone asked me, like, why should I buy EverRise, what can I tell them? 30-second.
What I would say is the easiest way to just explain our utility, in my opinion, is kind of one, DeFi is in its early adopter phase, like plain and simple, and it's growing rapidly. Along with that growth and the overall growth of cryptocurrency as a whole, currently right now, less than 5% of people globally own cryptocurrency. And we're just seeing that number grow year over year. And what comes along with that, especially in emerging technologies and new spaces, is there are plenty of bad actors that are taking advantage. I think this is because anyone that's sitting in this AMA right now, I'm sure you guys all know how kind of confusing it was to set up your first DeFi wallet and to figure out how to swap on PancakeSwap and all these other things, right? So there's a little bit of a barrier of entry when it comes to education. That one, over $14 billion was stolen from cryptocurrency in 2021. A lot of reports are starting to come out on that and more in-depth analysis about exactly where that money went or what the allocation was. But we do know that a lot of money has been taken specifically from DeFi protocols, and it has happened in the form of rug pulls, liquidity drains, honeypots, and like smart contract exploits. And what EverRise is building is DeFi security infrastructure across multiple blockchains. All of our products that we have released are not only one, a better way of doing things than what's been traditionally done in the space. Like our bridge is a perfect example. Traditionally, bridges leverage mint and burn functions. Our bridge leverages a lock and unlock, which in a doomsday scenario, if the bridge was ever to be compromised, only a certain portion of the tokens would ever be compromised, and the project isn't like an infinite mint can't happen, which can kill a project. So that's what I would say. Like, if I were to boil it down to like two sentences, it's there's no DeFi security infrastructure that currently exists. EverRise is building that infrastructure, and we have a suite of dApps that address various different aspects of what we see needs to happen within the security space. And when DeFi becomes more secure and the risk is much less than what it is now, that's when we're going to hit a point of critical mass adoption. So really, EverRise is building security infrastructure, working on making multi-chain DeFi more accessible.
And if I could kind of just add on that as well, we've got the bridge, the EverBridge, you know, is making lots of DeFi accessible to our current holders and you know, community members right now. So, like myself, I've never held any tokens in the Phantom network. You know, I had been to Avalanche before. But like I'd mainly been in BSC and Ethereum when it came to being in DeFi. Now I've got the ability to take my Rise tokens, bridge them across to Phantom, which I did earlier on today, stake them, and it gives you that freedom and that liberty to just go to different ecosystems, right, and benefit from that respective ecosystem's native coin, because we're kind of paired with now 5 native coins, and that makes it another exciting element to EverRise, is the fact that we've got this element now where we can kind of get intrinsic value from those native coins and ride them as they gain value in themselves. So there's always going to be that arbitrage, and with the arbitrage there's always going to be the opportunity for, you know, revenue coming into the ecosystem through the Kraken buyback. So that's another thing which I personally think is very exciting that you could tell other people, as well as what I say to my friends that we're building here at Rise.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. And thanks to the host too, EverRise.
Thank you. I hope that helps. I know you were asking a little bit about that, I think, over the weekend, and hopefully that simplified explanation kind of helps you see the utility, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think at this point we just need more people to find out about it. That's it. And then this thing's going to take off.
Yep.
We're working on
and
it.
We're on it.
We're working on it.
All right. Heat. Oh boy. The floor is now yours.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Hey. Great, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very good. So last time I asked one question and you probably weren't honest enough with it. My question was, are you guys getting enough sleep? And then you come with the news of launching on 2 new blockchains and NFT giveaway. So my question still remains, are you guys really getting enough sleep or what?
Oh man. I mean, we work a lot, as you know. things happen in the market. The market crash of last week, where over $1 trillion left the crypto market, really presented us with an opportunity to launch on Phantom and Avalanche, and that's something that you can't sleep on that stuff. So I mean, it's an expression that you can't sleep on something, but I mean, in this case, it was quite literal. So you have to be prepared no matter what. You need a team that's going to be prepared for any situation at any time. I mean, this weekend I had to help my brother move, so I can't say that I played a massive part in what went down, but I mean, Jen, Suresh, Ben, Jason, everyone was just working all weekend. I don't think they slept. Jen, Jason, you want to jump in there?
My roommates have been giving me shit for about the past 3 weeks because they hear my alarm go off very early in the morning, and I'm the kind of person that has to set like 5 alarms, and then that's the 5 alarms on top of all the snooze notifications. So we sleep when we get it, and it's I we're a-okay is what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I've got a good supply of tea and biscuits, I can keep going. I mean, that's the fuel I need to keep kind of, and the fact that we've got the rise, the rises as well on on the Telegram voice, keeping me up, at like 3-4 in the morning, talking about their speculative ideas of where EverRise is going, and it's great. I love to really kind of be involved in the discussions, and kind of whilst working, I can see so much potential in some of the things that are being worked on right now that I have no interest in sleeping. So I'm just happy to just get like 2 or 3 hours and then straight back on it. DeFi doesn't sleep. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's crypto.
Yeah, that's known. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Keep up the good work. This project is absolutely a crypto revolution. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you. I look forward to the same question next week.
Yeah, of course. You don't have to worry about that. Those kinds of questions will come every time we have an AMA.
It. Amazing.
Keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Thank you for your support, my friend. Appreciate it. Mansoor? While you're connecting, I'll bring up Zane as well, and whoever connects first, feel free to ask a question. Mansoor, I see you've connected. How are you? You might have to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner, Mansoor.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, there's a couple have unmuted at the same time. We'll start with Golden, if that's okay, Zane, and then we'll go to...
I'll mute myself now.
Okay, perfect. Actually, yeah, Golden, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So I have a question about the MetaMask security. Did you guys able to integrate it already, or it's in the pipeline?
So that's EverWallet, which is in development in the pipeline. When we have release information about that, we will let you know. But that is one dApp that I'm super excited to release.
So is that one going to work like vice versa with your MetaMask wallet?
Yeah, it's an integration. It's essentially an added layer of security. So if somebody does get your seed phrase, like your MetaMask seed phrase and whatnot, they would need an additional password that only you would know to actually access the funds.
And that can also work with if you have a ledger, right? Or
yeah, I mean, it's a ledger already has that additional layer of security. You do need to enter your PIN and manually sign any transaction physically. But this is a blockchain level of how do I phrase this? It's a blockchain ledger is how I kind of look at it.
So it's going to be a software for the extension, right? The MetaMask extension on Chrome through EverRise.
It's not going to be, as far as I know, it's not going to be an actual extension into MetaMask. It will be an additional password. Sorry, Jason, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Have you ever stake? I've staken quite a lot in there. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be a game changer. Thank you. And I have last question. Do you guys going to have insurance to protect our stake EverRise tokens too in the future? Is that one in the plans? Like if I stake my EverRise tokens like now, right? In the future, we're gonna have some kind of insurance protocol that we can buy on top of it just to protect it. Also, I mean, is that something that you guys think about, or is in the pipeline, or no?
We've been looking at some of the other DeFi insurance companies and just seeing what's out there. It's not something that we have within our pipeline, but it's something that we're aware of exist in the space. And if it ever makes sense for us to integrate something like that, we will definitely be letting you guys know.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep.
Zane, if you'd like to ask your question now.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
So, yeah, so congratulations on whatever you've achieved. Now, before we start, I'm just going to let you know I have very limited knowledge on crypto. I did start investing about, start of 2021. And right now in this crash, I think the only token that is in positive for me is EverRise. So, other than that, all of them are in reds. So, I don't know if I invested at the right time or it's just a coincidence. But yeah, so that's why this is the first, I think, AMA I've joined for any token or coin. But my question to you is, and this is how I kind of researched on you because I've been invested in quite a few coins. But the reason I basically am joining this AMA is because I wanted to know not just about. I know you guys are into DeFi, like the security into like the security. Securing the environment of the crypto industry and how much ever money is lost, and then you've got these different dApps. But I mean, moving forward in terms of mass adoption, in terms of where do you see yourself in the next how many ever you say the next 12 months, given that there are tokens out there, they're going into the metaverse, there are tokens out there doing NFT marketplace. Um, there's people, there are coins out there, they're doing their own exchange and then their own blockchains. So I don't know because I do follow you, but through Twitter, but I'm not really sure if you guys are looking into this or not, or is it do you want to kind of um, um, you know focus yourself towards just the DeFi, just the security side of it, and then these 6 or 7 dApps that you've made. By the way, I belong to a country which has recently banned cryptocurrency, so we are pretty bummed here. and hopefully this doesn't like I hopefully the government of this country unbans it again. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think what's interesting about your question is you addressed a couple of different areas, right? You're talking about other protocols that are making NFT marketplaces, some that are building their own blockchains, and a few other things. And I think, first and foremost, what's really unique about EverRise that I have to say is our CEO and founder is also our lead developer. So he's a dev himself. Our dev team, the two people that lead it, Suresh and Ben, they both have over 20 years of development experience. So we're able to really build whatever we want or whatever we see a need for, right? But I think where a lot of protocols tend to go wrong is they chase trends. And I think there's always a time and a place to chase a trend. But if we were to just go after, an NFT marketplace without really making anything unique about it, then we're going to be in an oversaturated market where it's going to cost us a lot of money to even be competitive, right? So rather, I think right now, kind of how we're looking at 2022 is we're going to continue with our roadmap and finishing development on the dApps that we have slated. We are working on, seeing bridgeable NFTs from a technology perspective on the back end. Once we complete the bridgeable NFTs for migration and staking, then we'll kind of look a little bit more into what we can do within the NFT space and within providing NFT solutions. But that's kind of coming down later. And, I understand that there is a lot of excitement around metaverse and various things, but it's still all decentralized finance at the end of the day. And, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. The reality is no protocol that's providing security infrastructure. And I think it's one of those things that if we keep on the path that we're doing, we keep building the apps, we keep bringing utility around this space, it's completely unsaturated. We're going to be able to dominate that. And as DeFi continues to obtain adoption, security is going to be a massive part of that, So in regards to jumping or changing our roadmap to kind of fit and follow the trends, we're all very aware of what trends are going on. We have a pulse within the space, and if we see that there's a move that makes sense for us that builds to the long-term vision of the company, we'll address that when it comes.
And if I could just add on to that as well, I know TJ wants to probably add a bit. I mean, where do I personally see EverRise in 12 months? I see us available on many more markets, whether that be centralized exchanges with visibility of the project comes from conventional crypto investors to more markets in DeFi. So some bigger, some smaller, and some emerging markets that are looking to be very exciting. And there's a lot of people in our community that are trying to guess where we're going next and have made some great suggestions. We've added 2 more DEXs to our list, and obviously EverSwap is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's all about making people traversing DeFi easier and more accessible. So that's where I see EverRise in 12 months, way more accessible than it is now, on more blockchains and with more utility.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to add to that too, I kind of just want to, I'll echo everything Jason and Jen mentioned. But if I'm going to add one thing, I feel like this question does come up a lot about, metaverse is very popular. Play to earn gaming is very popular right now. There's tons of amazing gaming projects. There's tons of amazing metaverse projects, and there's going to continue to be. What we want to be is the protocol that helps secure those projects. If our dev team's brilliant, we could technically expand to that, but I think it goes too far out of the realm of what we want to do and how we want to portray ourselves. A good example I think would be, imagine Norton Internet Security, the biggest antivirus program, or McAfee or something like that. They say one day, okay, we're going to start creating PlayStation games because we know it's a popular market. or computer games. Sorry, that's a more relevant comparison for this scenario. I don't think it's something that we need to do. I think the end goal here for us would be to secure those projects and provide them with the tools that they need to keep their investors as safe as possible.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for the answers. Okay, so just a quick question again on what we've discussed. So if I were to say that, I don't need EverRise to secure me, I'm okay. People trust me. I don't want to go through this protocol and whatever I'm doing, like if I'm in metaverse or in the NFT marketplace or whatever, gaming, whatever project I'm doing. And because yeah, Norden has a name, and it took a while for Norden to get wherever it was. But I mean, how am I going to get convinced to go through you guys and secure my protocol? Why I'm asking this question is because there's one thing that you guys are doing that's great, but there could be more, and I may not necessarily need you to secure my project.
Well, I certainly think that one very quickly, Jen, is that we can offer a whole package of utilities for other projects. So it's not, we are focused on security. We are focused on making sure that DeFi is more transparent. But certainly, I think that an attractive thing that our project can offer other projects is the ability to take their community and open up other communities over in Ethereum, in Phantom, Avalanche, Matic, and others via our bridge and via our swap, and taking away the sell pressure. So a lot of contracts, out there right now, they have tokenomics that involve a swap and liquefy function, which adds, selling pressure to their chart. We can help, remove that pressure and take those tokenomic fees out in the native coin before they actually reach the actual DEX router. So essentially that's another thing. So what I'm trying to get at is that, yes, sometimes, like we spoke about at the last AMA, asking a developer to hand over their contract and putting it in a locker is one thing, and it can be a hard sell. Of course it can be. It's a big ask. But if we start providing ways for these projects that we're going to work with in the future to enable them to expand their audience, and at the same time make their project more accessible to other communities via ways that actually reduce selling pressure and aid, the ability for purchase, then I think that that's a really good door in to then introducing them to some of the security solutions that we're working on as well.
And Zane, what I will say is, like, the kind of the feedback that you just gave, like, it sounds like you're talking specifically about Everown, right? And here is the thing. Majority of DeFi protocols are a lot more centralized than they are decentralized. Oftentimes when you guys are investing in other protocols, it's the developers hold that project. If the developer decides and wakes up one day and goes, I'm done, I'm over it, like, I'm out, and they can just turn the sales tax to 99% and withdraw all the liquidity and basically rug you. Like, whenever you're investing in a DeFi protocol, that the contract isn't renounced, and renouncement comes with its own issues, right? You can't whitelist exchanges, you can't do function updates or function changes. It kind of kills your smart contract. I think it's one of the most limiting things you can do if you're a serious developer. But really, for me, Everown is a solution for folks that are serious about decentralized finance, that don't want to create a centralized project, and they want to give some governance over to their voters. We're seeing a massive increase in DAOs. We're seeing a lot of protocols try to shift over to a DAO, and Everown is built based off of DAO methodology. It's within our 2022 roadmap to expand the functionality of Everown to essentially become a turnkey DAO solution. And what I will also say is, it's not just about placing your smart contract in a locker and saying, hey, my community, I can't change the smart contract without informing you because it's locked. It's also What happens if your wallet becomes compromised? Your deployer wallet? What happens if you, for some reason, built a very successful DeFi project and God forbid something happens and you're no longer able to, be there in a way? You're able to appoint a second owner to your smart contract so your project can carry on and live on. It's also about being transparent with the community about where's their liquidity going, especially if your smart contract creates newly generated liquidity. Are you being honest and transparent with your community that, hey, we're utilizing this for marketing purposes, or do you want to lock that liquidity so the community can see? And then if you needed to upgrade your smart contract, you can vote to unlock it. There's a ton of benefits that EverOwn provides beyond just securing your smart contract within a locker.
Jen,
so
I very, very quickly, because Zane actually made a mention that your country's banned crypto, right?
Yeah, just recently.
Right. So this is actually really important as well. Looking to the future, everybody listening into this space now or on YouTube, and yourself, Zane, some countries, they don't like crypto and they don't like the fact that it is unregulated. Okay. If you think that crypto isn't going to become regulated in some sense, then I'm afraid you are misinformed. There will be regulation that will come to crypto, and there needs to be a manner of which DeFi operates that is decentralized. If DeFi remains the way it is right now with central access to smart contracts, then the big agencies are going to start coming in and they're going to start really scrutinizing and ripping apart projects. This isn't me trying to scare anybody. This is just the facts. There's a lot of money that's being lost. Jen has just given out some horrifying numbers of money that's being pulled out of DeFi and crypto every year through scams, rug pulls, honeypots, all that. What I'm trying to get at is there needs to be tools that a developer can use to decentralize their platform, their product. Okay, without that, then they could run the risk of falling foul of regulatory practice. Your country that's banned crypto, I mean, in the future, if they unban crypto, it may be under certain conditions and certain conditions such as regulatory practice. So that's something to consider, everybody right now. If you're in a project that is acting in a very centralized way and you're looking to hold your money in it for a long, long term, consider that. What actions are they taking to protect themselves and your money from regulatory scrutiny? I don't want to scare anybody, but I just want you to just bear that in mind in the future.
No, that's right. And because I'm a dual citizen, so I operate from another country. Just saying. But anyways, where I live, I'm living right now. That's banned. So the crypto's banned over there. But I really like your answer. Is it Jen? Is your name? Sorry, I didn't get your name. Is it Jen?
Yeah, I'm Jen.
Okay, hey. So I really like the way you've kind of told about how things are going to move on, and I just hope that EverRise comes to a level where a developer or someone out there says, hey, if I were to lock my contract or kind of have another owner of my contract, I would have more of a credibility in the market, and I think at this point, and I could be wrong, maybe EverRise is not at that point where a developer or someone out there would say, hey, I'm going to lock my contract with EverRise. It's not like mass adoption, but maybe later on, if you guys work on it for the next 12 months or whatever, this is truly possible. And now I understand what you're trying to get, and you're not just jumping onto other projects like NFTs and Metaverse, even though I'm really personally interested in those. But yeah, I mean, if someone works on their niche and focuses on one thing, that's going to turn out to be great for sure. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, and Zane, I'll just add to that, we have 3 DeFi audit firms that we work with, and those audit firms are formally recommending EverOwn. We're continuing to expand these partnerships. CertiK is auditing our V2 smart contract, and the only reason why our audit isn't complete is because we're going back and forth with conversations with CertiK about EverOwn. They're saying that if a project has a multi-sig wallet, that it is decentralized enough and that project can potentially remove the centralization risk that pops up on their audit. We're trying to get that for EverOwn, and so it's going to be a slow game. If you spend any time in our Telegram community, you'll see everyone that is here, they understand kind of the long-term vision. Like for us, we've been around since June of last year. We're not planning on going anywhere. This is going to be a protocol that we're going to spend years working on and building out, and we plan on being here in 5 years. I'm not too sure, this is not to throw shade at any other DeFi protocols, but it's like how many of these other token projects have utility that is strong enough that they're going to be able to withstand the test of time. And
I agree.
think yeah, and like that's kind of just how I look at it, where it's like, yeah, we could jump and pivot and change our roadmap, but it's to your point, if we stay niche and we stay focused on what we're building, there's a very good chance that, in the next 3 to 5 years, EverRise will dominate this space, and all of a sudden every single project that is launching, in the same way they go to CertIC for an audit, they'll come to us to secure their protocol.
Exactly. That's right. You have to add a point where this happens. Awesome. Okay, thanks so much, guys. I'm not going to take too much of your time. There might be other people here who want to ask questions. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much, Zane. Great conversation.
Thank you, Zane.
Bye-bye.
All right. We are at the bottom of the hour, so Yoda, you'll be our final speaker for today. Hey, Yoda, how's it going?
Hey, Jen, I'm all right. I just had a question. I work for EarnHub now, and we used to be SafeEarn. We were one of the first projects to use your EverOwn. I was just wondering, like, how is it progressed? Like right now, we had to move to a DAO voting system for our pools. That was one of the only problems we ran into with EverOwn. Like right now, we're doing a staking pool, and we're actually bringing up EverRise again, and we're going to have a staking pool for EverRise. So when we were using EverOwn, when we go to the staking pools, all of our tokens leave the wallet and go into the staking contract. So when we wanted to change our next round of pools, at the time we needed to vote, everybody had to unstake to go into the EverOwn to be able to vote for them to unlock it to change the pools. So I was just wondering if there's any way that could be tweaked for us to be able to use it again, or
yeah, we actually had to tweak that ourselves because we did need to allow for folks that were staked to vote for the liquidity unlock for our move to Avalanche and Phantom. So I would say let's get back in touch and talk offline, because there are updates that we have done in that sense, and we're going to be continuing to build out more updates to basically do what I said earlier. We're going to attempt to turn EverOwn into a turnkey DAO solution this year. So
that's awesome. I'll definitely have a Sputnik or Center get in touch with you, because like I said, we're having a vote right now. It ends in like half a day, and the top two pools win, and EverRise is winning. So we are definitely going to have another staking pool with you guys. So I'm pretty sure they'll definitely be getting in touch with you anyways. And that's definitely something that we need to talk about. That since you have tweaked it and everything, that'd be real good. I appreciate it.
No problem. Awesome. Looking forward to that conversation. And
yes, ma'am.
I did just want to remind everyone that this Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that is, UTC, we do have DeFi Talks with Benzinga. Our guest is Axie Infinity. I'm sure some of you guys might have heard of their protocol before, but hoping to see you guys on Thursday night, and I look forward to a really good conversation. On that note, TJ, Jason, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Nothing I want to add other than what's been said. It's always a pleasure on Tuesdays chatting with you guys. Thank you for the great questions. Thank you for listening in. Thank you for the support. Yoda, just address you real quick. I'm glad that you guys have EverRise on the voting pool for EarnHub. I love that. We'll definitely connect. And then with that said, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and keep doing your thing. Keep shilling, keep blasting Rise educational material all over Twitter. That's the stuff that gets eyes on us, It's about not giving up. Just keep going. Get out 100 tweets a day. Reply under your favorite influencers. engage with every tweet that we put out, the whole 9 yards. You guys already know the deal. So
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. If anybody, if you want to go, SafeMoon is winning right now, but like I said, it's the top two. So if you want to go on the earnhub.app and get your votes in so EverRise can crush the vote, I would definitely love to see that because I'm a long-term EverRise holder myself. So thank y'all for letting me speak, and EverRise to the moon.
I love that. Hope you have a great day, Yoda. Thank you.
Thank you, Yoda. And I have nothing further to add other than the fact of thank you to the community for all your support.
Awesome. All right, guys. On that note, I hope you all have a rest. Wow, that was bad. On that note, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. We'll be around on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, all the places. And we'll see you guys hopefully on Thursday for DeFi Talks. And if not, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.